Garrett this morning.
Okay, well, you know, the Browns won. Myles Garrett had 1 QB hit, 1.5 sacks. And I know you guys tune in to this show because I am the #1 foremost authority on Myles Garrett's graveyard Halloween front yard decorations. Let's check in on how Teddy Bridgewater's grave is. Here's the problem, everyone. Poor Teddy Bridgewater didn't even get a grave. Didn't even get a grave site. Mac Jones there. Here lies Mac Jones. Joe Burrow's there. Justin Herbert. But nothing for Teddy B. It's the ultimate disrespect for Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos. Is. The only thing is worse than being buried in Myles Garrett's first yard is not even having the respect to have your own plot. So next time you do this, give Teddy Bridgewater some respect. Put him in a casket. In your front yard.
Can I give you a reminder, Kevin Wildes? Hey, just to remind America real quick, before the year, we did a little segment where we said what NFL records could be broken. And someone on this show said Myles Garrett could break the sack record.
Yes,
and at last check, Myles Garrett has 9.5 sacks through 7 games. He's on pace for 23 sacks. I think Kevin Wildes said, and Wildes could get his right too, he said Mac Jones is going to break the check down on third down record. He's on pace. It's a record held by Kyle Orton, but Mac Jones one day could surpass him, so it's still alive. But yeah, Myles Garrett, 9.5 sacks already.
I'm stressed out. Time for upset alert. That took me by surprise. Talking NFC contenders this morning. The Cardinals, the Bucks, the Rams, all big favorites this weekend, with the cream rising to the top in the NFC. But Chris Broussard, the team that should be on upset alert in Week 7, is blank.
Nick, I hate to do this. Actually, who am I kidding? I love doing this. I love going against your darlings, the Atlanta Falcons. They should be on upset alert, Nick. You know this. Look, you want to play this game that, the Falcons have arrived. They've this is what I expected from them. They've won 2 of their last 3 games. They beat the 2 New York teams. All right, so slow down on the Falcons making the playoffs.
They're not playing now.
Okay? In fact, they should be on high alert against Miami. All right, and you want to mock at Miami. They've lost 5 straight. I get it. But I'm putting faith in Brian Flores and that coaching staff that they will get their team up. They didn't get a bye week after going to London and losing to Jacksonville. So they are coming back amped up, ready to get a win. This is a team that entered with playoff hopes. Tua in his first game back from 3 weeks off because of injury looked pretty good. 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, 70% completion. I'm telling you, Nick, watch out for Miami. And you might say, well, there's no way they're ready. It's a short week for them after the trip to Jacksonville. No. In 2017, same thing. Came from London, didn't get a week off, and won. So watch out for the Miami Dolphins over the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, I have to remind the audience we do have a rule on this show. This segment is upset alert, not upset prediction. However, if you do something as cowardly as Broussard just did and your upset is less than a 3-point favorite, it's a pick. So you're wrong unless the Falcons win. They are 2.5-point favorites. So the only... Yeah, and I was wrong unless they won, and I was wrong last week. I, on the other hand, am going to be bold. I, on the other hand, am going to pick a team with an MVP candidate, a team that's almost a touchdown favorite, a team that is 5-1. How about Cincinnati upsetting Baltimore? Now, again, this is, as Broussard would say, just an alert, but just be on the lookout for it. Here's a question. Is Jamar Chase already the best receiver in the NFL? Probably not, but you gotta think about it. What he has been doing is remarkable. I'm not afraid to say when I'm wrong because it so rarely happens. I was wrong about that draft pick. I said I don't care how good Jamar Chase is. They need an offensive lineman to protect Joe Burrow. I should have cared about how good Jamar Chase is because they still need an offensive lineman, but he is so spectacular, and the Ravens secondary, again, dealing with some injuries. I think that is something where he could have a huge game. It's the biggest game the Bengals have played, I don't know, in 7 years. since the one really good Andy Dalton year of 6 years. So the Bengals, a sneaky 4-2. They're a team that I thought played well a few weeks ago in the loss to Green Bay. Bengals keeping it close against Baltimore. Maybe Baltimore's close game luck runs out. Just on alert, as Broussard would say. Ravens fall under the Bengals potentially. Close late. +6.
Okay. All right, Jenna. As you know, I am smoking hot on these upset alert picks. People have been winning a lot of money out there. Going to Vegas, going to Fox Bet. Say, I'll take the Wild special. They leave with a Ferrari come Monday morning. They're betting
Porsche.
Ferraris. They put a lot of money down. Or a Porsche. So here's the pick. And it's kind of an ugly one, but it's going to hit. Giants over Carolina. Ugh. The Giants Wilds. Do we really have to pick the Giants?
No,
yes.
not bad.
Trust me. Granted, Joe Judge just had another great press conference where he said that the fish stinks from the head down. So he is taking total responsibility. I think Joe Judge and Jason Garrett get it back on track. I know there's no Saquon, but there's also no Christian McCaffrey. And just like how Tom Brady struggled in his return
Never
to
any
Foxborough,
Saquon.
this is like the junior varsity / freshman team version of that, of Sam Darnold headed back into the Meadowlands. Sam Darnold's going to be like, oh, I remember this place. I wasn't too good here. I've got some bad feelings about this. I think Sam Darnold struggles. He's been struggling the last few games. His passer rating 85, 44, 56 after a hot start. So that's the pick. Joe Judge and the Giants with their back up against the wall get over on Carolina.
I've got bad news for you, Wilds. Because you and I we try to be in lockstep here. And I don't want to give anything away, but at 8:39 a.m. Eastern, we are, of course, going to do Knicks picks, the red-hot Knicks picks, the lock of the week coming in like hotcakes. We might be in direct conflict between my lock and your upset. I'm not guaranteeing it.
Wow.
I'm just saying it's something to watch out for. Knicks picks 8:39 a.m. Eastern sharp. So you might need to readjust, recalibrate once you hear the rationale for our lock of the week. Just letting you know, coming up later, Jenna. Just letting you know.
That actually
Not
makes
sure
me
that will
believe
happen.
even more in Wilds' alert. Yeah.
I don't know if there will be any
Wilds is-
recalibrating.
Don't be a hater all your life.
But there will be some tension.
Talk about a lot.
Speaking of tension, let's talk about Kyrie Irving. He was one of the notable names left off the NBA 75th anniversary team. I wonder if he heard about it. Did he deserve to be on the list? Ask these guys next. First things first.